Welcome back, everybody. My name is Mike. Welcome back to OnChain-Analysis. So today it is June 16th, 2021. So I'm going to start this video today just with an update on so there's a meeting with the Fed today, amongst the Fed today to talk about, of course, inflation, right? They print a bunch of money and then, oh my God, inflation's going up. Yeah, so cryptocurrencies were down today with the exception of, there was a brief jump of about 3% in Bitcoin after the U.S. Federal Reserve maintained their accommodative monetary policy. But the bulls have lost their momentum as these crypto risky assets dipped back. So why did the market stall? Well, this article talks a little bit about it, and I'll just summarize it for you. So the financial markets are, as many of you know, heavily influenced by interest rates or anything that has the potential to impact the U.S. dollar and or the U.S. economy. Many investors are sitting like a deer in the headlights as they await an announcement from Fed officials. The Fed apparently revised projections that they had called for back in March for interest rates and, kind of changed their tune, calling for increases by the end of 2023. This is a change in direction, also calling for increased estimates for inflation as their previous forecasts of 2.2% of inflation have changed to 3%. So these estimates are starkly different than what was predicted. And that has gotten a lot of investors fearful, right? I mean, so to put it plainly, most high gaining risky assets, including cryptocurrencies, may see some short-term stalling due to investor concerns over hiked inflation. I mean, because the expectation is that interest rates are going to go up, and that's not good for markets. So there's still a lot of fear in the market over inflation and the U.S. economy, but there's also still a lot of fear in the market over crypto regulations. And for more on these regulations, you can see my recent video covering all of the proposed crypto regulations. Most of the fear investors are shaking in their boots about is that members of the U.S. House of Representatives have formed a task force. And according to U.S. Representative Maxine Waters, she's a Democrat from California, and she's also the chair of the House of Financial Services Committee. She said today that the task force is aiming to engage with regulators and experts to do a deep dive into this poorly understood and minimally regulated crypto industry. So experts here is it's like 200 different companies is joining with the Fed to do like a deep dive on the crypto industry. And to try to figure out, I believe and I hope that they are being careful. Most of their regulations are to protect investors and to stop manipulation in the market. So with that said, hopefully they're not going to crash the market. I mean, that is, that would defeat the purpose, right? Why, if they want to protect investors, why would they crash the market? So they're smart enough to know that anything that they say or do can instill further fear in the market and just cause the whole thing to plummet. So I'm hoping that they know better. So to make matters even worse, it appears that in South Korea, exchanges were caught trading using inside information. And not only did they receive hefty fines, but this was the catalyst for further crackdowns in South Korea. So that might be one of the reasons for the lower volume that we're seeing in the markets more recently. So fear is permeating the markets just on the heels of a much needed bullish reversal that had finally broken the 6-week trend. In addition to this, the Bitcoin hash rate has also hit the dirt. It's at its lowest level since November 2020. For those of you who might not know, hash rate is the total computational power, I guess, used to secure transactions on the blockchain. So this is probably due to the recent crackdown in China, as cryptocurrency mining has become the target of Chinese regulators who are pissed the hell off due to Bitcoin's energy consumption and its potential competition with the country's own digital currency, their digital yuan, which was expected to be launched pretty soon. They don't want anything competing with their coin. So they hate Bitcoin. But they love Vechain. So So since the market follows Bitcoin and Bitcoin investors are pooping in their pants, shivering and quaking over economic concerns, we may see a slowdown in gains over the next week until their greed is finally dispelled. Until their greed finally dispels their fears, fear wears off, just like anything else. Greed is just a more powerful emotion than fear, and I don't believe this will last long. Obviously, whales have not stopped accumulating. So, just seems like retail investors just aren't as hip to the markets as the whales are. But they will realize their error soon. So anyway, let me. I want to talk about Vechain really quick. I liked this diagram because this kind of tells a great story. So as many of you know, Vechain successfully upgraded its Vechain 4 blockchain network to its version 1.5, which was a huge success, went off without a hitch. Yet the VET USD pair continues to just continues to trudge its way to minimal gains with the rest of the market. The recent correction followed a noticeable double top formation with the break of the neckline just above the 618 Fibonacci. This correction did find support at 4 cents, and we've been ranging in and around 10 and 11 cents since then. There is potential here to continue with this recovery. We see a little bit of break here in this channel. We will need to, we definitely will need to reach the 18-cent mark to gain enough momentum to see, further moves towards a new all-time high. So, VET is trading within this ascending channel as it consolidates and has formed a bearish flag on the daily chart. There are two extreme possibilities with this. So this pattern can see a brief decline in price as it slides down the flag's lower border. If we do see further downside price action, we would find support somewhere around 8 cents, 6 cents, and then again at 4 cents. On the bullish side, price recovery would see Vechain move above the flag's upper border, breaking 16 cents towards that 18-cent mark. In this scenario, the target would be at 382 at around 21 cents. The mid-range price action, if neither of these extreme scenarios takes place, we will see this falling wedge play out, which does call for a break of the upper border, which we're just about getting now. And this would see moderate price increase to the flag's upper border. That's the price, the Vechain price action right now. So we've got, extreme high, extreme low, and then something in the middle. I personally think we're probably going to range here for a little while until Bitcoin makes a move. And with so much fear in the market and volume being so low, we could probably expect things to kind of range for another day or two at least. So more time to accumulate. So in the news today, I wanted to, for all the Shiba Inu fans out there, I just wanted to say that, we did see the Coinbase listing today, and Shiba Inu did see a 25% increase. We further corrected since then, down to the 836 here. And I do believe this retracement is probably due to this this tweet that was put out by Coinbase Pro earlier, about 7 hours ago. So we are experiencing technical issues that will temporarily delay the launch of Shib on Coinbase Pro. At this time, we are disabling deposits of Shib. Withdrawals are still available. Provide an updated timeline for restoring deposits and enabling trading as soon as possible. So I don't think this is a major issue. 4,000 people liked that, and I will as well. But that could be one of the reasons why it lost some of its steam after the announcement of Coinbase listing. So I know a lot of people talk a lot of crap about Shiba, but I don't know. It does seem like there's a huge community, and they're getting listings like every other day. I mean, every exchange is like listing this thing. I think what we're going to see is a huge competition between Shiba and Dogecoin. So let the battles begin. But let me tell you, Dogecoin has hit the dirt. I mean, it's basically like a dog, like just rolling over, wanting its belly scratched. It's just ranging down here around 31 cents. So no current action. But it just may be because people are just tired of Elon Musk, tweeting this, and then he changes his whole direction and tweets something opposite. I mean, it's just really ridiculous. So the fact that one man can tweet and cause a market to move is just it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But anyway, Shib is doing well. Congratulations to the Shib army, and I think Shib is going to do well. Even though a lot of people hate on it, there's a lot of fundamentals here. Actually, they're coming out with Shiba Swap and some other utility NFTs and stuff like that. So who knows? I mean, it just may blow your mind. Maybe I'm not going to be the one regretting that I didn't buy back here. I bought 700 million. But anyway, so anyway, what I wanted to talk about today quickly was, all right, so 2 articles came out today on Vechain, and I won't take up a lot of time talking about this because I know you guys want me to read through articles, but here's where, my recent Vechain video, I talked about the government partnership with China, right? I mean, China is creating smart cities with Vechain, and that started like 5-6 years ago. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, you can see my recent video on it. But I mean, Vechain has some serious partnerships, and far more than Walmart China. How Vechain leads blockchain adoption in the food industry. So I just want to skim this. Walmart China, right? They've been partnering with Vechain for a long time. Sam's Club. Vechain is working with Sam's Club in this safe food traceability platform. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this in action, but Vechain has been working in the fish industry, and you can access some of their some of the projects that they're working on via their website. And that's pretty cool. You just go in and you click on the product. So say you're buying fish in Japan. You can order fish from this app, and then you can literally click on it and see where the fish was caught. I mean, literally like a GPS map with like a dot on it saying the fish was caught here. This is the port it was brought into. This is the plant it was processed at. This is the truck route it took to be shipped to the next airport. this is the flight, this is the airport it left from to fly over to Australia. This is the, place it was picked up and shipped to the supermarket. I mean, it's amazing. It gives you like a play by play of like everything, the temperature it was shipped at and the time it took to get there. It's mind blowing. Anyway, so a lot of projects, a lot of products are going to start using this. Like, well, as we go through these partnerships, just think about everything you buy in the supermarket. So Norway in a Box collaborate to implement a superior Norwegian product platform. Together, Vechain together with ASI Group and DNB announced the first cross-continental logistics and trade solution based on public blockchain for food and beverage industry. Vechain becomes the sole public blockchain protocol of the APAC Province Council, a cross-continental food supply chain and finance consortium. Just mind-blowing. With the aim of building a high-efficiency cross-continental finance ecosystem in the food industry, the APAC Providence Council, strongly supported by government, export and industry bodies, standards agencies, large packaging, labeling service providers, as well as foremost finance giants and blockchain technology providers, was established to integrate blockchain technology into food supply chain finance for Australia-China trades. Yeah, huge. Vechain enables producers market to trace agricultural products. Vechain powers producers market to onboard U.S. seafood. Vechain empowers the life cycle management of premium beef produced in Australia. Vechain officially joined the China Animal Health and Food Safety Alliance. Vechain announced the government officially endorsed blockchain-enabled tea traceability platform. Let me tell you something about tea in China. Think about Dunkin' Donuts in the U.S., right? Think about how many people run on Dunkin', right? And but in China, everything is about tea, and China's got like a lot of people, like a lot more than the United States. So, like the size of a tea traceability platform in China, that's like saying like, hey, a project partnered with Dunkin' Donuts, right, to track all of its coffee in the United States, but 10 times bigger. So yeah, Vechain enabled Bright Foods to make a monumental step on their entire inventory and supply chain. Vechain partners with the Anhui tea industry to respond to the Chinese government's call for blockchain adoption and poverty alleviation. It just goes on and on and on and on. Pork products. There's just tons. There's tons and tons and tons of products that. And here's another article. This one came out today too on June 16th, right? I'm not going to read through it, but it is just. So they talk about the Walmart and Sam's Club, but they talk about milk. They mentioned the tea one here, seafood one, Norway in a Box, right? But there's some other ones here. Sino French, joint food traceability. We talked about that one. MyCare expands a new use case in the food field. Italian agricultural giant, DeGecko. So this is a huge product. This is imported to the United States too. Fresh pork, beef, tea, wine. It's endless. So not only that, but they're in the car and BMW, Renault. I talk about this all the time. I'm not going to keep going in it, but the fundamentals of Vechain are solid, right? So all I'm just saying is like when we see Vechain, in and around 10, 11 cents. Yeah. So just really big things, and Sunny Liu, the CEO, he has been on Twitter a lot. So like he posts like almost every single day. He's not, and Vechain does too. But yeah, there's just a lot of things going on with with VeChain these days. And I just, when the price is like doing this, when it's stagnating, and when we're facing fear in the market, I just like to remind everybody that, the fundamentals of why we are, following and investing in a particular project, right? Because we believe in the project, and we don't get shaken out when the market just like, when we're worried about inflation, right? Because like inflation and interest rates are going to go up. Like they're always going to go up. The government wants money. They want our money. And like, that's just what it is, right? I'm not going to stop. I mean, it's more reason to invest, right? Because like if I have my money in the bank, guess what? Every year I'm losing 7 to 15% to inflation. So, I just think like VeChain is a long-term thing, and I think we've got a long way to go, and we're in the early years. And to all you crypto investors out there, like you are an early adopter in a revolutionary technology. I know it's easy to get desensitized to cryptocurrency. I mean, when I first heard about cryptocurrency, I started like looking into the markets and everything. Guess what? It looked alien to me. I was like, what is this? But now I'm used to it, right? It's like, when I talk to people and they don't know what cryptocurrency is, I look at them like they're crazy. But, a lot of people in the world, they don't know what it is. I mean, these are like, people see it on the news, Bitcoin. They're like, what is this hocus pocus? Like, magic internet money, but we are early adopters in a very long-term technological revolution, and we're going to see huge things happen over the next couple of years. VeChain in China, Cardano in Africa. United States is a little bit far behind, and hopefully U.S. regulators won't slow down our innovation here in the U.S. But so I just think that we're going to just see like huge changes coming about, new technologies being invented, new products coming out, new use cases, new enterprises and corporations, getting involved, not just investing, but using the utility of the products, these projects. Because like enterprises who are using VeChain, they need VeTho to run their traceability platforms, and what they can buy VeTho, but why would they buy VeTho for gas when they could just hold a bunch of VET and earn VeTho to pay for their transactions, right? Doesn't that make the most sense? So, the more people who are the more people who are adopting VeChain, like all these traceability platforms, the more enterprises that are adopting this utility, the more they're going to be incentive, the more companies that are buying VeChain and holding it, becoming master nodes or, running nodes, because they're going to gain so much VeTho that they can run these platforms for free just for holding VET. So that's just where this is going. And we're going to reach a point. I mean, don't get me wrong. VeChain has a high supply, right? We know this. It has a very high supply. But it's going to get to a point where that supply it becomes very scarce. When you have this much enterprise adoption, there's just a breaking point where the supply becomes more and more scarce. And at that point, we will see huge surge in the VeChain price. And I'm not here just to make money, right, in investing, but this is just exciting stuff. and we are early adopters in this whole thing. So hats off to you guys for hodling through the dip. Hats off to you guys for sticking with your projects through thick and thin when things look bleak, when fear is permeating and FUD spilled streets. There is hope, and it's coming. And this isn't just hopium. I'm not just providing you guys with false hope here. I mean, this stuff is going to just be very different a year from now. Very different. And let me tell you, ever since I've been in crypto, I can't even look at the stock market. I mean, 7%, 15%. What is that? You can make 15% in an hour over here, right? Anyway, so that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys can hit the like for me, or at least subscribe. I'm keeping you guys updated. If I hear anything, any major news, I'm always reading into the regulations. I'm scouring Twitter. I'm looking at a lot of these publications and stuff coming out around politics, just to keep my eye out there and make sure that our investments are safe. And so I will post videos very quickly if anything happens or threatens our investment. So hit the subscribe buttons and turn on all notifications, because you just don't want to be left in the dark, right? You don't want to find out after the fact. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you all doing well. Hope you all enjoy your evening and the rest of your week. Have a good night.